Hey guys, it's Shelby from Big Cat Creative here, and in today's video, we are going to talk all about creating your own custom 404 not found page. A 404 page is essentially the error message that pops up when someone is trying to access a page on your website that doesn't exist. When you see a 404 page or a not found error message, it basically just means that the computer couldn't find anything to match the link that was clicked or the URL that was pasted up into the browser. This could be because the page has been removed, the URL has been edited, maybe the website domain has completely changed, or maybe the visitor just simply typed in the wrong URL or misspelled something. For example, here I put template instead of templates, which is not a page that exists on the Big Cat Creative website. The great thing about these 404 pages is that they keep visitors on your website even if there is a slight link issue. The unfortunate thing about these 404 pages is that the default option is typically not very attractive. For example, this is the Squarespace default 404 page, and you can see it's just very bland and basic. There isn't anything specific to your business. It's just this general error message with a couple of options for how you can proceed, and it just doesn't look very exciting. Odds are when somebody lands on this error page, they're just going to immediately navigate away because it looks like a mistake has been made. Thankfully, Squarespace does allow you to create your own custom 404 page. So you can create something that is custom to your website, matches your brand, and is geared towards exactly what your customers or site visitors are going to be needing when they navigate to your website. So let's go ahead and talk about exactly how you can create and employ your own custom 404 page. To create your custom page, you're going to want to first head into your Pages panel, and then you're going to add a blank page to the Not Linked section of your navigation. It's important to add this page to the Not Linked section so that it doesn't show up in your main navigation up in your main menu, because that would be just a little bit confusing for people. So to add a blank page to the Not Linked section, just click the plus sign right here to the right of where it says Not Linked and choose to add a blank page. You can then name this page something like Custom 404 or Not Found, whatever works for you and is going to make it clear that this is exactly what this page is used for, so that it doesn't get confused with any of the other pages on your website. You can then edit your custom 404 page to fit your exact needs, both aesthetically and functionally for your site visitors. And then the last step is to override Squarespace's default message with your new custom page, which I promise is a lot easier than it sounds. All you need to do is click the slash key on your keyboard and type in 404 page to be taken directly to this 404 error page not found panel on Squarespace. Alternatively, back in your Pages panel, you can also scroll to the very bottom, click System Pages, and then click 404 page. The slash key is just a little shortcut, which will be super helpful if Squarespace ever chooses to change the location of this panel. In this panel, you'll notice that the system default page is currently clicked. And so over on the right side of your screen, you're going to see that very basic generic 404 page. So in order to change this to your custom page that you've created, just click the drop-down menu here and then find your new custom page. So all of your pages on your website are going to show up in this drop-down menu, which is why it'll be super helpful to label your page something very clear like custom 404 page. And you can just go ahead and click that, and your custom page is going to now show up over here on the right-hand side. You can click save, and that is now going to be set whenever somebody accesses this error message. Okay, so now that that is all set and ready to go, let's talk about some of the specifics that you can add to this page to make it a lot more effective for your site visitors. For starters, a really good tip is to just make it overall a lot more personable than that default message. A good way to do this is to just simply change the heading. Saying something like 404 page not found or error or not having any heading at all is just going to scream default mistake, and it's going to make people want to click away. If you add a really fun, enticing heading, something like, oops, this page doesn't exist, or Uh-oh, you might be lost. It's going to add some personality. It's going to show people that you created this. This is part of your brand, and they're still in the right place, even if they didn't get to the page they were initially looking for. It's also a great idea to really clearly point your visitors in the direction of something else that you're offering or something else that they might be interested in. One of our favorite examples is here on Paige Brunton's website. And you can see here that she has all the things that we just talked about. She has a really personable headline. Sorry, you couldn't find the page that you were looking for. You can tell that this was created for her specific brand and not default through Squarespace. And also, she immediately goes into sharing an offer that she thinks her visitors will really enjoy. So, not only is she throwing in a lot of personality, letting you know that you didn't find the page that you were looking for, but here's something else that I think you'll enjoy. And she presents an offer or a service that her visitors might not have otherwise seen if they didn't land on this page. 404 pages are also a really great opportunity to include things like newsletter signups, contact forms. You can include a search bar so that they can just search whatever they want on your website. We also love including really clear links that will take people to other pages that are important, like our templates page or our contact page, anything that makes it really clear that even though they didn't find what they were looking for, this is going to get you to the right place easily and quickly. The last thing that I want to quickly mention is how to check for broken links on your website. So even though you now have this gorgeous custom 404 page, it's still best to make sure that all of your links and URLs are as functional and updated as possible so that your visitors aren't landing on this page a ton. One thing that you can do to ensure this is to just regularly check your page URLs and the links associated with them. You'll want to check your URLs for typos, especially when you are editing them or creating new ones. If you accidentally add an extra letter or misspell something, you might post the URL that you think is correct when in fact it's actually not. And then without even realizing it, you're passing around a link that doesn't actually exist. So it's best to just be really cautious and double and triple check your links every time you go in and edit or add new ones. Along the same lines, whenever you do edit a link, it's best to go around your website and check all of the buttons and text links that you might have connected to that URL so that they all work properly. Because anytime you change a URL, anything that was linked to the old one is going to now be broken or it won't exist anymore. So just again, have a regular system for checking your links on your website, especially when you edit or add new URLs. Something else that you can do is create URL redirects, which are a way of forwarding people away from a page on your site that no longer exists to one that's active. And you can do this in the form of URL mapping, which Squarespace does make really simple to do directly from your website. There are a couple of steps involved, and you do have to copy and paste a little bit of code, but we have a full blog post talking about how to do this step by step, which you will find in the blog post linked in the description below this video. And finally, if you want something a little bit more in depth, or if you're willing to make a small investment for your business, you might choose to use an online tool or plugin. Now, there are a ton of free online tools that you can use to scan for dead or broken links. You'll just have to go to Google and search something like free link checker, and you'll be able to find a ton of options to try. Or if you want something a little bit more secure, you can also try some of the various paid plugins out there. Our personal favorite is Squarespace, and this is a tool that is going to run diagnostics on your site and let you know if you have any broken links detected, along with a lot of other really helpful checks. Squarespace specifically will check for broken links around your website, which is amazing, but it's also just a game-changing SEO tool in general, and it's created specifically for Squarespace users. So if you're looking for a tool like this for your website, definitely check them out. All right, and that is everything that you need to know about creating your own custom 404 page for your website. Hopefully this little tutorial was helpful and has inspired you to get cracking on your own 404 page. And if you enjoyed this and would like some other videos similar to it, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We post Squarespace tutorials like this all the time, and I'll see you in the next video.